gotta figure out what to do with that chat window. Do I have a blank screen? Oh. Wait a second. Okay, I was just, for some reason, the end of my Discord link was cut off of the social media spot. I'm doing some more editing. Sorry for the wait. Okay, so I'm done doing all this editing. Now I need to sort out the chat situation. I'm in my room right now, so I don't bother anyone while I'm streaming. That's also why I don't have the webcam turned on.
She's so weak.
I got it. One up top,
No. Auto playing videos. Wait, also, my sound device is wrong. Speakers. Also, gotta go check the audio level, okay? To make sure that you're actually hearing what I'm saying, because I've used this VR headset. I have the Oculus Quest. And, it changes the audio device so that it can use its microphone and its speakers, but there can sometimes be a audio device so that it can use its microphone and its speakers. pop out. There it is, pop out. Had to snap out the chat so that I can put it next to other windows while I'm streaming. So I can address the people over there. So I can address the people watching. I'm going to switch back to... not that. Right now you're looking into streaming software. And this is the stream itself. I should close that. So I've got some stuff that you actually haven't seen yet. So we'll start with stuff in my games, and then we'll move on to some other things. So basically just going over like recent updates and things inside games. Starting with my own. So the most recent is the neighborhood, which is my experiment map. Also, I know I'm doing the stream early. I usually do it around 9 p.m., but I haven't usually found that much time to do streams, and sometimes I just run out of ideas early. The controller icon appeared in the corner because I have the I have an Xbox controller connected to the computer right now. Actually, the updates are over here. I took the shrouds off the teleporters. The teleporter to go to the escape area, and I also updated the escape area. And I also decided to make the removal of some features sound a little grim by putting these weird gravestones. So, you got the rift remodeled self-destruct button. I replaced it with the reactor core. Over here is this is just the teleport hub. This takes you to the SWC teleport hub. I'd rather keep this game on my profile since it's like an experiment zone. Too bad that I have to manually add developers to this game if I want them to be able to work here. Because I actually have a developer team. If you join my Discord server, actually I need to resize Roblox so that it fits around the chat window. If you follow the link I posted in chat, you can go to the SWC Discord server, and from there you can go to Roblox to join the group, and you can also apply for developer if you know how to develop on Roblox. So one of the updates is this reactor core over here. There's no temperature system. It's just these 3 buttons and a card reader to skip a few, which only works for people who I trust, and which would be just people I select, as well as people ranked developers for SWC. Also, this thing makes lovely reactor sounds. Also, this core makes lovely reactor sounds. And I used Finista's power lasers. And I used Finista's power lasers just because. And this is actually the first time I've used the force field material. I made this reactor core myself. I just colored it get the toothpaste blue color. I don't know why they call that color toothpaste. I think it's based on Lego colors. I think that the Roblox brick colors are based on Lego colors. There's like really red, medium stone gray, toothpaste, really blue, which is like royal blue. And also, because during my testing in the studio, the elevators were causing so much lag, so I took them out too. You can actually see the elevators, the Luxion Revolution elevators in most of my places, actually. I forgot to pull the microphone out of my headset. And now I seem to be overshadowing the mic bar. So yes, this thing makes lovely sounds. Over here in the house, I don't know if I've made a video about this yet. Oh, it's just a chat window's disappeared. Where's my chat window? Oh, okay. And there's a resize Roblox again. Luckily the chat messages didn't shift. I don't know if you've seen this before, but I put a bunch of keypads. I put keypads on the main exterior doors to the house in the neighborhood. To the mainline house in the neighborhood. I've also got this doorbell. It's called the door hub. If I press this, you can hear it make a sound. Also, you can also press the button on the door hub unit. To mute the device. You just press the button on the door hub unit to unmute it. It turns blue for some reason. It turns blue for some reason. I also have this security system. I also installed a security system in here. I've got a motion sensor here, in the living room, and somewhere in the kitchen. Yeah, over there in the kitchen. This one looks awfully similar to, like, one from a Bosch. This one over here, it looks like a motion sensor from a Bosch. Over here's a speaker siren system. Oh, there's the speaker siren outside. If I peer out the window, that's the outside bell box. This is the outside siren. I think this system was modeled off of security systems in Europe and the UK. And so were the Luxion elevators. If I wanted an elevator that was more closely modeled after the ones in the US, I would probably look at Cortex. So, first of all, before I explode the reactor, I'll show off this control panel. So if I press A, so you see the keypad screens turn on. For some reason the clock is static, and even as I move it says zones active, chime on for some reason. So first I can enter a code. Don't know why the keypad's not beeping. And hit A. So it says press A for full or B to continue. Night arm, reset code, chime off, and then back to away, then back to away mode. If I wait, it'll go back to the home screen where it's just showing the weird graphic with the stylized arrow A thing, like that. I can also use this thing, a little key tag. If I put it to the keypad, it says full, night, or chime off. So if I say full, it gives me 30 seconds. You get 30 seconds to leave. And if it still sees people walking around inside the house, as long as you've chosen full instead of night, or instead of the night mode, it will say arming failed. It'll say arming failed. So now it's on. For some reason the keypads aren't beeping, and as you can see this thing lights up. And then it just says full armed on the inside. So if I enter my code, enter the house, it says please identify. You get 15 seconds. I don't know why the alarm chirped. Let's see. So there's 2 zones. Oh, because I hit the living room. Oh, because I hit the living room. For some reason, there seems to be no like interior follower type in this system, because the kitchen sensor and the living room sensor are instant, whereas the entryway sensor, since it looks at the front door, since it's the first one you touch when you hit the front door, when you go through the front door, is an entry zone. And if you're entering through the garage, I put an extra keypad I put an extra keypad in the garage so that you can get to that and turn off the system before even entering. So I'll scan the system again. The hallway and the bedrooms aren't censored I don't know. The hallway and the bedrooms aren't censored. If I hit night arm, which is the only other possible mode on the house system, I also installed one at the gas station that has separate modes to arm just the store, under the canopy, or both, which is fully armed. And also over here there's a higher sensor that doesn't really work. Although I added this panic. Oh, I set the system tonight. And forgot. Yeah, the kitchen is the only one that's active in night mode, so that's why I triggered the system that time. That's enough going over this house. At some time I'm going to install my computer. I might want to install my computer system in here, so I can have that TV actually do something instead of just show a graphic I designed in MS Paint. Turn the knob. This is the one that does the meltdown. So the core turns red and starts puffing smoke. And it starts puffing smoke. The core turns red and starts puffing smoke. Actually, the container also turns red, but you can't see it because the core's engulfed in smoke. So you normally have 2 minutes, but it only works for a select few people, specifically SWC's developers. So you can scan keycard on this thing. At the top flashes developer skip all, and the core begins massively overloading. The pitch ramps up. The core starts releasing instability. Sounds kind of distract me while talking. I added a thing, a spawner in the... I added a spawn point in the escape zone so that if you get exploded by the reactor, you'll spawn in the escape zone instead of being thrown into an infinite loop of being exploded by the nuke. So just gotta turn on the sound again. In the blast shelter. I respawn in the blast shelter. And I straight ripped this from SWCCC from Site West Computer Core 3. And it stopped expanding. I think it stopped expanding now. Yeah, it's already stopped expanding. Once the explosion dissipates, I think that's one of the doors. Once the explosion dissipates, you still have some time left to explore what was left behind. You still have a few minutes to... You have 5 minutes after the core explodes to explore the destroyed world once the explosion dissipates. So as you can see, for some reason, around the reactor and around these edges of the world, the area is still intact. Right close to the reactor, there's a crater. But here, there's no land except like over there. All the planes are gone, all the cars are gone. The gas station pumps were destroyed. All the doors are blown out. The top of I didn't look at this before. Let's go in the backyard. Even the doors with locks on them get blown out. Every door inside every house got blown off. The top of the grill got blown off. The garages got blown out. The garage doors got blown off. For some reason the closets in these rooms are fine. For some reason these closets are fine. Yeah, it's pretty desolate here. It also destroyed the swing. And all the doors inside the school. Let's get out of this desolate place. That just happens. For some reason, I think the play on remove for the explosion is on. Also, this place doesn't exist anymore. Difficult discontinued. Difficult Hydra discontinued. So this is my teleport hub. It's the same idea as it's the place of the same name by Pinewood. It's just a gateway to most of my mainline games. I need to put the Ensam spaceship over here, and the other games probably replace SICBF because it doesn't exist. And Sapphire's next game is still in massive work in progress. You can go visit it if you know. You can go visit the game. It's called the Byron generating. I think it's the Byron generating and research complex. But yeah, the game is this doesn't exist anymore. It was based on QSML2 because the Wild developer uncopylocked that. The alpha versions of QSML3, QSurf, and the version of QSML2 and the latest version of QSML2 to that point were made uncopylocked, meaning you could take them and make a game based off of them. And this is the elevator music from DSRB. So, where should we go? Let's get out of SWC World and go look at some other stuff. Let's get out of the LittleBit 672, J Heron 670, SWC World, and go look at some other games. Starting with one made by one of my Roblox friends. Starting with one made by a Roblox friend. The Blueberry Thermal Power Plant. This game was actually the developer, the creator actually gave me edit privileges. I can develop here. I can add stuff to this game. Even though there's a couple of games where I have team create privileges, I don't use them that much. I don't use them unless I talk to the developer. So this is the game. Yeah, I have privileges here. This game is actually one of the only ones I've found except B-Core, and except for B-Core and Unnamed Power Core, where the creator of it is developer or creator of the game itself is Adonis TC. Now, Adonis, I know, is created by Scalarius, but it's an open source system, so other people can modify it, and Technical Canon JP modified it. Mostly, that developer is mostly I can't talk. Is mostly known for B Core, for working with Blue Technician on B Core, and for Unnamed Power. I don't know that developer's creations. It's called the Orbital Friendship Cannon. So one of the effects of this, you know, if I say bring me, there's matching me were found. Okay, slash bring all. Okay. I can't show you the effect because there's no one else here, but OFC me. CMDS. Slash CMD. CDMS. CMDs. So I guess I'm an owner level. I'm owner level. Why is Nicholas Penteado? This person, I think they're bad because that person copies games. So this is one made by a friend. No clip. And for some reason, Josh renamed the ranks here. And here's the warhead that doesn't actually work right now. Doesn't actually fully work right now. You can see through this, but you can't actually move here. Used to, that would kill you if you tried to go through it, but it doesn't. But it doesn't anymore. Over here's the emergency bunker. And the doors coming out of the control room require this blue keycard. And also, it's the same free bottom power laser as the core at the neighborhood. Okay, so let's get out of that game because it doesn't even have a meltdown. Because it doesn't even have a meltdown. All the sequences so far have been just things mashed up by the admins on the spot, including me, which helps sometimes with the warhead. Okay, there's diff at the BGRC that I was talking about. I've actually been there. Just 3 people online. I'm gonna turn off my camera for a second. I'll be right back. I turn off my camera and mic for a second. I'll be right back. Okay, so I can turn the cameras back on. Yeah, that game is heavy work in progress right now. They made it public so people can see the work, but yeah, there's no disasters there for us to look at. Let's see, one of the biggest updates. Actually, it's not a really big update, but it's kind of important for me as someone who likes to film things, as a person who likes to film all the disasters. Um, um, and after this, we'll do a hybrid. So for this, it'll be a B-Core. Specifically B-Core on my private server. Because there's an update, there has been an update for private server owners. Like the only person I've allowed on this server is like, is the only person that I've allowed on here is Josh, who made the Blue Bear facility. Because he wanted to see the startup failure. I was like, how did you get the startup failure that easily? It's like it's like only a 2% chance, which I did some calculations on and found that's a 1 in 50 chance. Whereas at CPUF, the startup failure is a 1 out of 10. At least the new version of CPUF that has the reactor core. The old version is hosted on the CPUF group, which has this weird system of you activate the protocol first. Like this. Whereas the new one is simple. CPUF was a game that was basically centered around a warhead until it got the server overload, self-destruct, and the reactor core. What? This is like... Oh, okay, that light is slightly out of place because the power laser. The light's slightly out of place, and I was talking about Natona's TC earlier. There's the icon for it. This one, for some reason, has a green window border. The version here, for some reason, has a green window border. Is there any... No. I can't see the game settings because, well, I do not have any high ranks in any mainline core games, at any popular core game. So B-Core is no exception. It is a wildly popular. It is a somewhat wildly successful core game with how many visits? 178,000 visits. Which is less popular than the Innovation Thermal Power Plant, because that has already hit 1 million. Just that one has already hit 1 million visits. And you may notice I'm holding a black and blue card that says Administrator. That's the update I'm talking private server owners now get an administrator card. You don't get any commands, like I can't go right now and say /no. I can't go right now and say /no clip. That doesn't work. What's the prefix here? What's the prefix here? You're not allowed to run no clip. So you don't get any commands. So you don't get the commands, but you get this key card. Tech. And now it says it comes from difficult. Azurfisk Dreamer. Stop using visitor cards in the scanner. We're starting to break it. Yeah, I don't know why people never read these sticky notes. I don't know why people never read the sticky note next to keypad. Because I've been on a couple of servers where people have gotten banned for spamming that thing. For spamming this. One time I tried it on a private server and it auto-kicked me. On this private server where only me and some friends are allowed.
Please evacuate the core chamber.
If you start the core as an administrator with this card on you. I don't think it's gonna fail, but you never know. If the container turns red, then it will fail. Then that means it failed. Also, if you have the correct card, because for some reason, even though they give you admin privileges, you can, with private server privileges, do the insta-melt, use the instant disaster panels, but you can't do the emergency destruct system. You still need the 2,000 Robux Game Pass to do that. I got by using some of my smartphone credit. You can buy Robux on a smartphone, which is useful if you're a kid who gets Google Play cards for gifts. If you're a kid, which is useful for kids because they sometimes get Google Play cards as gifts to spend on their favorite freemium games. Roblox is no exception. So as you can see, because this is my private server and I started the core as an administrator, it's also shortened the emergency destruct system delay, which is normally like an hour. It takes an entire hour for this thing to become ready. First there was no delay, then there was a 30-minute delay, and now there's an hour delay on the emergency destruct system. And I think that's because this is the most destructive event in the game. Because after the emergency destruct system detonates, it doesn't regenerate. It shuts the server. I think they should make it where emergency explode system happens when a currently running server used the wrong card again. I think even on normal servers, I keep using the wrong card in that reader to get out of the emergency destruct area if it didn't activate it. Even though I have the correct card in my pocket. But the main thing that the admin card allows you to get, to is go up here. Is the command room, which is usually limited to the main staff members, which is usually limited to staff members like the admins and admins, which is usually limited to the actual admins, but can be accessed by a private server. You also have access to some of the offices. Now, in most servers, in any server, you do have access to these doors that have just a button, like the second in command's office. You'll actually hear this if you get the rain which happens. I think it's if you either if you shut down a startup failure, or if you get 2 startup failures in a row somehow through some laboratory testing in the server here. This is that friend's office. This is that friend's office. Danger, panic when flashing. What? Is that just one of the normal alarms? Is that just one of the normal B core alarms? Or is it triggered by these switches, which I can't access? Or is it triggered by these switches that I can't access? Or is it triggered by these switches that I can't access? And over here, the only 2 offices that are still locked are for the 2 highest developers, being Blue Technician, the creator, and the lead dev, Technical Canon, JP. Mostly famous for the RD coil. This one's mostly famous for like the RD coil and the power core. This is Zenit 27. So I can't see what the world's playing on this thing. For some reason, all the unclaimed offices are closed, and all the unclaimed offices are closed for some reason. This is a developer that I've seen, Catastrophic Nova. I don't know if that music. That was coming out of Corkscrew's office. Corkscrew-Numb's office. The main thing you can get to with this admin card, not the offices, but the command room. Also, the core is getting cold. Also, the core is getting cold. Also, for some reason, these switches don't work. For some reason. These switches up here, they don't work for some reason. Although, with your admin code, you can get into the instant melt. You into the instant melt and instant freeze. Uh-oh. Okay. So we aren't going to do any disasters there. We're going to do disasters at our next game, Hybrid Incorporated. Because Hybrid Incorporated got a startup failure. And for some reason, it's more common than you might think. And for some reason, it's like a 50%. It seems like it's a 50% chance whenever you start the core, you get a startup failure. For some reason, you get a startup failure. Wow. It's like a 50% chance when you start this core that you get a startup failure. Whereas at like CPUF, it's a 1 in 10, and at B core, it's a 1 in 50. And the rarest core, the rarest event in probably all of cores are the what's happening? Oh, it's the fan event happened here. Let's take our tools and stuff. Seems like they're attempting for the chaos ending. There's not much new here. This is one of the more obscure core games. Over here there's a non-working elevator that there isn't a key card reader next to it. You tap your level 1 card too and it opens. You also got the conference room, which also works with a group member card. I really like these wireless cards and these readers. These look cool. These readers look cool. These smart card readers look cool. The black things, the admin lowdowns. We've got some one-way glass on the security area. There's no freeze down here, so the only reason you'd want to be perpetually cooling the reactor, the only reason to be perpetually cooling the reactor, see what happened? Okay, no, that's causing too much heat, too much heat, too much heat. See what happens. Yeah, it's causing temperature to rise. Been running for 3,000 seconds. Yeah, the only reason to be perpetually cooling this reactor is if you wanted to wait the ages that it takes to get the chaos ending. Which I've never actually... I don't think I've actually experienced the chaos ending before. I don't think I've experienced the chaos ending before. So, the chaos ending, what you have to do is get it to 100%. Get the chaos level to 100%, which takes a long time. And which takes a very, very long time. And then melt the core. Then get the core to meltdown temperature. You just have to guard this lever down here. And no, I'm not going to pull any of these. I'm not going to pull either of those. Although I can. Actually, I probably can't pull that lever right now because we're perpetually cooling the reactor. Yeah, the only things of meaningful down here are... What's happening? What's happening? Why did the lockdown system enable? What's happening? I don't know. What's happening? Why is the light still on? What the? The wall. The light right on. What happened? This isn't because this thing is important. Its status for so long. It's good. I don't know. The only alarm that's still on is the chaos, which for some reason isn't working. We're almost to 60% chaos levels. I have to leave the room for a second. I'll probably leave this sitting here. I'll turn off the microphone until that chaos level gets to 100. That may be the main substance of this stream, is just waiting for this percentage to get to 100. I'll zoom that in and give you a nice view standing on... Oh. What? I don't know what that was. So, I'm gonna turn off my microphone and get everything set up so that you can see this. And also keep the chat up here. Okay, I gotta turn the microphone back on my headset. So the chaos is almost charged, so I'll turn everything back on. So I turn the microphone back on. I'm just gonna continue on. For some reason, my Xbox controller's gotten slight thumbstick drift on the right thumbstick. Probably because Roblox. I was watching someone who was talking about failing Valve Index, who was talking about their failures. I was watching Thrill Seeker with the failures of the Valve Index, and one of them was thumbstick drift caused by it was thumbstick drift caused by clicking the thumbstick. So that may be why my Xbox controller is exhibiting that problem. Don't think we'll have to sit here much longer. I'll take this first. I'll take him. I'm trying to be kind of selective on who I take as Roblox friends. Usually people have to build trust with me before. Normally people have to build trust with me before becoming my friend. And I still got a bunch of friends before I started imposing policies, so... Watching videos on my tablet. Okay, it's almost it's almost charged. It's slightly broken. I'll just put the tablet back here because it's almost charged. Now the chaos meter is charged, we can begin melting the core. I'm making that happen. Something is wrong here. Wait a minute. The chaos level is at 100%. And it's all corruptified now. What's a dwarf coolant? Well, well, well. What do we have here? Seems like you were at the wrong place at the wrong time. You see, the core went hypernova without you even knowing. This was because the chaos levels couldn't be contained. The whole world got wiped. Even this alternative universe got hit. The world thanks you. Oh, wait. They can't. Because they're dead. Because they're all dead. Goodbye. Well, at least for now. What's Darth music? That was Starf. I know that game so well. I followed Discover since the DCC days. Looks like, okay, Josh is playing at his place. This is the normal time at which I start, 9 p.m. Central Time. Central Time. should I do next? Also, Naroxa nuclear generation plant has become easier to melt. Oh, there's Josh in the chat. No. Yeah, we'll just go there. We'll just play the Naroxa. Where is it? Okay. And I don't know if this music is copyrighted or not. Luckily, I don't have to worry about it as much here as I had to do on YouTube. So this is the surface facility. Don't worry, the reactor, it has a startup, so nothing's gonna happen while we explore up here. I'm not gonna go that far anyway. For some reason now the side entrance is limited to group members. See over here it says keycard. And you need this keycard, which you only get by being a group member. Just touch the reader with it. For some reason this facility is set in some old time. Oh, there's Josh. For some reason they've got BBC News in the back of this elevator. And it plays their famous countdown. You can't see me right now, but I'm gonna dance in a chair. This is one of the only times I've actually sat down in here with my computer. The reason they say do not step there.
Attention, reactor temperature at 700 Celsius. It is advised to activate cooling pumps and lower control rods to reduce the temperature at this time. Warning, the reactor has succeeded outside safe operation limits. Please lower control rods and activate cooling pumps immediately or take emergency procedures if necessary. Attention, facility personnel. The reactor may be in an unstable condition. It is recommended to evacuate at this time.
ensure that all cooling pumps are set on or activated. This is your chance in shutting down the reactor from completely melting. Have a safe day.
Warning, core corruption at 50%. Reactor explosion in at 75%.
Attention, all SOA personnel. An F-15 sector has been ordered to stop the reactor from melting. Press the activate button. Drop 100% of all throttles from the control room until that notification is inside the reactor containment area. You will only have 3 seconds to do so when the pump code is activated. The method to shut down the reactor for a minute. Shut down the reactor at all costs.
we did the method too. I'm leaving. Oh. Oh. I think this will be it for tonight. I'll see you next time.